Hi everyone, welcome to Art Behind the Artist with me, Raveena Agawane. On this podcast, we chat with our favorite artists to learn about their journeys, what goes behind their journeys, and what drives them to create the beautiful art that they do for us. In today's world of social media, we see them every day in the real world when they're in front of the cameras, but on this podcast, we get to know who they really are in the real world behind the cameras. Today's guest on the show is an extremely graceful and a highly trained dancer. Although trained in Indian classical, you'll often see her try new styles with a lot of grace and passion. So I'm extremely excited to welcome Apurva Bendre.
That's such a lovely introduction. Thank you so much, Raveena. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm excited to chat with you.
Same here. It's so glad to reconnect after all these years. Feels great, right?
I know, and I always feel like whenever I reconnect with someone from school, not
Yeah.
college but school,
Yeah.
you just pick up from where you left. Like it's so
Exactly.
comforting.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was preparing for this conversation, I'm like, she has too many feathers in her hat. I don't know how to pick it up and how to cover all of it in one hour. But you recently performed at NAFA, which was the first Marathi film convention in California. And the whole Marathi industry was there.
Yeah.
The legends of the industry. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, I didn't even dream I can't say I dreamed about this and this happened because this has never happened before. There is no Marathi film festival ever in the United States, right? So it wasn't like a dream. I didn't know about it. But when I was approached, I was like, hell yes, I'm going to do it. And to perform in front of these people, like I have grown up watching these people, right? Like Sachin Pilgaonkar. Like if you remember, there was this the first ever Marathi dance reality show called Eka Peksha Ek.
Yes.
He was like the Mahaguru in that. So like to perform in front of him, and then Mrunal Kulkarni, the Son Pari, like oh my
Yes.
God. Dilip Prabhavalkar, all these great artists. It was surreal. It was like, oh my God, what's even happening? Just to even breathe in that same air and like be in the same space. Lucky.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that must feel like. Also, as you mentioned, Sachin Pilgaonkar. He himself, what an actor, what a dancer, what a singer. Like he's a complete
All-rounder.
performer. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you get to talk to any one of them?
I did. And the biggest compliment is, I think, when they ask about who is your guru and who is your teacher and where did you learn from, whom did you learn from, where are you from? So they asked me all these questions. Some of them even asked me like, where are your classes? Do you teach nearby? And I was like, not yet. So I recently moved to California and I don't know many people over here. And of course, I haven't started taking any classes as such. But these questions, they assume that I must be teaching and, I must be having my own classes. So I think these are the biggest compliments. And again, they're asking me about what do I do, where am I from, and the genuine interest in me. That was something. And of course, appreciating my dance.
Yeah.
I was on cloud nine at that time. Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
amazing.
I bet you were. And then not just that, just before that, you also performed at the BMM convention and then you won the first prize there. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And if I'm not wrong, Ajay Atul were also at the same event. So
yes.
another living legend.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was happening right, there's this convention place which is right besides my house. I didn't even know about it. So I came to California and, I believe that when you're going to any new place, there shouldn't be baggage of where you're coming from or what are your achievements in the past. You have to start from the scratch. So I was like, I have to put myself out there. How do I do that? So I got to know about this convention, about this competition. I was like, I'm gonna try. Doesn't matter if I win or not, I'm gonna try. So it was this entire North America classical dance competition. I went with no hopes, but won the first prize. Got to meet so many great artists and great people, the locals who are like here in the California for the past 30 years, 40 years, getting to connect with these people, like getting to learn from them, talk to them. It was all amazing. I mean, I just my motive was clear. I just wanted to, give my best and just put myself out there. So again, this was not planned. I think like whatever comes by, I try to like put myself out there. That's exactly what I did. And in turn, I mean, Ajay Atul, Raj Thackeray came. There was Saurabh Netravalkar. He's like the current, yeah, so many people. Mahesh Kale, Rahul Deshpande, to even attend their concert and like, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the best kind of feeling, right? Like you go there with just of an intention of having fun, or just
Yeah.
like, an opportunity to perform, an opportunity
Yeah.
to dance.
Yeah.
And then it turns out into something beautiful.
Yeah.
But because you go with no expectations and then you get something in return, that feels bigger than it is.
Yeah, exactly. There is no plan, I'm just like, I love dancing. How can I make sure that I continue it? How can I make sure that I keep dancing and putting myself out there? Doesn't matter. It can be like a small gathering of 30 people, I'll dance.
How lovely.
Wherever. Yeah, like I just know that I love to perform. That's it. I just know that. And just in that process, getting to like meet different people and great artists is just perks of,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and we love to watch you perform. So
Oh, thank
continue
you.
to do that. I'm curious. When you're performing outside of India, and of course there is not enough, but there is some awareness about Indian classical dance styles like Kathak and Bharatanatyam, and some other dance styles as well. But when you dance outside of India, you are not just doing it because you love it. Now you're also somewhere representing your culture, representing your guru who's taught you. Does that kind of change your approach towards anything, like maybe the choreography or the music selection?
Absolutely. Like, you really have to make sure who your audience is, right? So if it is going to be a room full of just Kathak dancers, I'll do a lot of technical stuff, which might not be that great to a common person. The common person might not understand the intricacies of the art, right? Versus if it is something where the audience is, it also depends on the event. If, they are coming just to have fun, they are not in the mood to like learn more about the art form. They are here to enjoy and then get something out of it, not much. So accordingly, I'll have if it is just like an event where I'm expecting a lot of Indians, let's say I'll perform Kathak on a Bollywood song so that they are familiar with the song, and now they get to see the intricacies of Kathak just, visually. It should be visually pleasing, nothing technical. But then if in the audience I'm expecting more Americans or non-Indians who do not know anything about Kathak, most of these times I pick up a English song. I make sure that I introduce to them about my entire performance and what I'm trying to do, what are the spins, what are the footwork, and I try to explain my performance before I'll do anything. And see, you can't have a lot of unknown variables just pushed on to people, right? Like if I perform like some Carnatic or some like Hindustani music and doing some like very intricate like Kathak, a non-Indian who doesn't know the art form, it might be boring to them. So I have to make sure that I retain their interest in me. So I do that by first is introducing what I'm doing, trying to explain what I'm doing, then selecting a music piece that they might be knowing already, like a familiar track or something, and then keeping my performance less complicated and more eye-pleasing, as to say. Like, there will be a lot of spins, for example. That's like a wow factor. But to a Kathak audience, if I just keep on spinning, they'll be like, do you have anything else, girl?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends. It's very important to understand who you're performing for, what is the event, so things like that. So yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. Going back to where your dance journey started, you started learning very young at the age of 5.
Yeah.
But what was it like? I don't know if any of your parents dance and that's why you started dancing, or your mom just saw this natural talent in you, and that's why she put you to dance classes.
Yeah, no artist in our family ever. But she says, like my mother says, that I started dancing even before I could walk properly. So I used to like stand and lean against the wall and just like move my body up and down. And she saw something in that, and she thought that maybe this girl, she has a understanding of the beats and music. You need to have that understanding
Yeah.
from within. That is something you cannot teach. I mean, you can, but there are a few things
Yeah.
which comes like naturally to you, right? So she saw that in me, and she didn't know anything about dance or anything. So she was like, what do I do? Should I teach her Kathak? Should I teach her Bharatanatyam? There are different styles. So she did
Yeah.
her own homework and then decided that, okay, Kathak might suit me the best. And that's how it started at the age of 5.
Yeah. Moms, they just know
They
the
know,
best,
right?
right?
Yeah.
And then when we were chatting earlier, you mentioned that your style of Kathak is based on your current guru's unique style. So what does it really mean? Like, are there different styles of Kathak? And if so, then what are they?
Yeah. So Kathak is like a broad umbrella, right? And there are different, just like you have a cuisine. Let's say you have a Maharashtrian cuisine and you have different types. You will have like Goan style, like, different styles basically. Same way Kathak has different styles of Kathak, which are basically called as gharanas. So prominently right now there are 4, which is Jaipur, Banaras, Lucknow and Raigad. This is nothing but, these unique styles were started in those cities. So that's why these gharanas. So if a Kathak dancer like watches any other Kathak dancer performing, they can very well differentiate and tell which gharana he or she is coming from. For example, in like Jaipur, they concentrate more on the footwork. In Lucknow, Banaras Gharana, they concentrate more on the facial expressions. So the hands are different. The like many subtle things are there, which to a common man you cannot differentiate. But if you learn the art form, of course you can, learn to differentiate and appreciate. So there are even some teachers who like combine all the different styles and they create their own style. So yeah, they're
Interesting.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, can a person learn 2 or multiple gharanas at the same time,
Yeah.
or can you kind of combine them?
Yeah.
But what is it? So, what is special about your style?
So I like to keep the traditional Kathak, but also have a little bit of contemporary style to it, or you can call something called as modern Kathak, wherein, see, the ultimate aim is if you keep doing the typical classical Kathak, which is being followed through centuries now, again, you need to have a different audience for that. But if in today's world, Instagram and like all social media, TikTok and all, I don't think so. If you keep doing that, you're going to get a lot of interest of the kids or, the people who are interested in the art form. If you see all the top dancers, influencers on social media are the ones who, like for example, if they're doing Kathak or Bharatanatyam, they always did like a fusion. They performed it on a Bollywood song. They combined it with some ballet or contemporary style. They did something different to get the audience attention. Once I'm sure there are so many now influencers. They'll host these dance workshops. They'll
Yeah.
have one choreography and right? And that's how people will be interested. Oh, this is called as semi-classical. Oh, but then what is semi-classical? That's how the interest begins. So you need some kind of gateway. Um, so I don't like to, just keep it to classical, and I don't want to restrict my audience. I want to make sure that another 5-year-old girl who is watching me should feel like this looks interesting. What is this? And then, tries to find on her own what works best for her.
Yeah.
But I feel like that interest should start somewhere. And that's what I try to do. I'll perform in Bollywood. Because growing up, when we were learning this style, we were not allowed to learn any other style. We were not allowed to dance on any Bollywood songs.
Wow.
Yeah, many restrictions, and I understand where that is coming from. But I feel like in today's age, like it's difficult to, have the same rules and restrictions and go. So you need to change with times. And I love experimenting as well.
I have a couple of questions based on what you just said.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you said you were not allowed when you were growing up or when you were learning, you were not allowed to try new styles. I get it. Maybe it's because each dance form requires a specific body language, and
Right.
maybe you don't want to interrupt that.
Right.
But do you think that gets that's kind of restricting a dancer and not helping them be more versatile, or do you think it's essential at that age?
I think this cannot be universal. My problem is that there can be a person, like for example, if you're learning a language, there can be a person who is very great with languages and can learn multiple languages at the same time, but there can be a person who doesn't work for that, for her. And it is required that maybe you teach her just, let's say, English for like 1-2 years, get good with it, and then learn another language, let's say French or something. But for some person, maybe learning French, English, Spanish together might work for that person. So it is very subjective. So my problem is restricting and making it universal, like no, this is it, and this is how it's going to be. Because these days I see so many kids like learning different styles, and they are really, really, I have grown up only listening to people saying, having firm opinions as to how you should not mix styles and how that impacts. And I agree, that's a valid point, but not for everyone.
Did you feel restricted as a kid?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I had to dance like this. And I did like in my house, and but I couldn't share that with my teacher.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you restrict a 5-year-old by, right? Like even if this Ganpati Visarjan, I'll dance on the road, but I'm not allowed to do that.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And that's I don't know how that could make an impact on a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Or a young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my other question was, you mentioned, mixing of styles or creating something different to grasp the attention of the audience, and maybe then that will in turn make them learn the art form in its true essence. But in that process, how do you make sure that you are not losing the authenticity of the style?
Because I also do my own riyas. I keep practicing, and I also, like, when it comes to performances, I also select gigs where I have to perform just classical. And if somebody comes to me asking that, your style is great and we want to learn, I'm okay with teaching them that particular choreography for that particular song, which is the fusion one. But if you're going to keep coming to me you want to learn the art, then I'm not going to teach you a fusion. You have to learn Kathak then. Right? And again, it depends on the person. For some people, dance is just, like an art to just learn and relax and have fun. They don't want to be serious, and that's okay.
Yeah.
For some people, it creates an interest where they are like, no, I want to go deep into the, how Kathak started, what it is, and I want to learn the art form. So it's different for different people, and I think the student and the teacher has to like match.
Yeah.
It's the match the columns, like what works best for you.
Makes sense. Okay. And then, so you continued to learn. Obviously, you had that deep interest, and you completed your Visharad,
Yay.
which is
Yeah.
basically graduation in Kathak, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
But is that equivalent of a bachelor's degree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how many years do you have to train to complete your Visharad?
So again, it's different. So prominently, there are two schools which give you these certifications. One is the Nalanda University, and the other one is Akhil Bharatiya Gandharva Mahavidyalaya. So for Nalanda, there is no age restriction. Like you can be 6 years old and you can give an exam, for example. But for the Akhil Bharatiya, the Gandharva Mahavidyalaya, they have certain age restrictions. So you need to wait until you are of that age. So prominently all Kathak dancers, they give exams from the Akhil Bharatiya Gandharva Mahavidyalaya, and many Bharatnatyam dancers give the Nalanda exam. Kathak people can give Nalanda also, but just depends upon who your teacher is affiliated with. So graduation is basically, 7 exams that you need to appear for. There is a mix of practical plus performance and plus like Viva and all that, and plus written exams as well, where we need to study a lot about Kathak, the history, and things like that. So I gave the Akhil Bharatiya Mahavidyalaya exam, and I remember I was in my 10th grade, just before the boards.
Wow.
Yeah. This is also one of the reasons why I have seen many Kathak dancers not finishing their graduation. Because by the time they need to work for like 10-15 years to get to that point, and
Yeah.
it mostly coincides with your board exams, or like either will be your 10th standard or 12th standard, and they feel like it's important to focus on the studies at that point of time. Let me come back to dancing. They take a pause, but then the pause converts to a full stop many times. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah. How you mentioned guru, and you've told me that your style is based on like your current guru's style. How important do you think it is to get that right guru, especially when you start young, because you're at an impressionable age and you're kind of growing up with them. So what kind of impact can a guru have on you as a dancer or as a person?
I think it has a great impact, I think, on the personality as such. It's a personality development, right?
For sure.
Like when you're that young, you don't know any better. And the way you are treated, or the way you're receiving the knowledge, or whatever it is, the interaction, it is going to shape you forever. So I didn't have a very good interaction and very good experience with my first guru. I would not like to name her, but so the thing is about classical dances, or even any classical art. Do you know about the Guru Shishya Parampara?
No, tell me about it.
Do you know about Gurukul system?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the teacher and the student used to stay together,
Yes.
live in under the same roof, right? And 24/7 you're learning art. And so things used to be very different back then, where when you're sharing the same space, you will, of course, let's say, wash utensils, you will clean the house, and because it's your house as well. But what happens is, when you are out of that system, you're into a new system where people are coming to you to learn for, let's say, an hour or two per day. You can't have the same expectations in a new environment, right?
Yeah.
So there used to be, phone calls made to different people about asking them to come and help cleaning the cupboards and things, under the name of this is how it's a guru shishya kind of a setting and things like that. Or maybe I still remember my teacher used to be so angry. She had anger issues, and she used to like yell and yell at everyone. And I remember I was 6 years old, and there was another girl who was standing right next to me. I think she must be 8 at that time. And this lady starts shouting. She wanted to pee, and she didn't have the courage to ask permission for it. So she like started peeing there itself.
Oh no.
I was standing in her pee, literally, had no courage to speak what's happening. I have that vivid memory, as a 6-year-old, like that impression. I still get goosebumps when I think about it. So moments like this, like where, and mind you, when all this was happening, the parents are not allowed to sit and watch what's happening. It makes sense because, there might be interference and stuff like that. And I'm sure if my mother had known at that point of time, she would have, removed me from that situation. But I was small. I didn't know how to communicate it with my mother. And it's just one incident, but like, many things have happened where I wasn't able to communicate what's happening with me. And that kind of shaped me in my initial years, where, I was scared. I didn't have that much confidence. I used to be very scared of my teacher. I used to get like dreams about her and things like that. So it's very important, I feel like, when you're starting small, for the parents especially, to make sure to see how the teacher is not just teaching the art, but overall how is she communicating. Because I see a lot of many gurus or many teachers like who are kind of very arrogant, who have that entitled like an attitude, and the way they speak to others, and the way they speak to the students is extremely humiliating. And people around, everyone is kind of okay with that, because they know that there is no better way to learn the art anymore, because most of the people are like that. But I feel like like I won't be okay today now that I know about it. But I think it's a responsibility on the parents' side to make sure. So yeah, it's extremely important. Thankfully, I got out of it.
Yeah.
But not like I know some of my friends back then who quit dancing forever because of this.
Oh my
Many
God.
of them.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with how they danced, you know. There'll be a lot of body shaming as well. Lot of like many, I can't even like begin to
At
tell
that
you, like
age.
at that age,
Oh
you
my
lose all your
God.
confidence.
I'm sure that must have been tough, but thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. Um, okay, going back on a positive note,
Yeah.
I saw one of your most adorable video from, I think you were in fourth grade, and you had a performance which came on television on Makhan Khayo. I think I
Yeah.
can watch that video like billion times. I may have already done it. So if you're seeing an uptick in the views,
You.
that's probably me.
Thank you so
um,
much.
First of all, beautiful performance, but you were also interviewed on it, and
Yeah.
you were asked what you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
And your response to that was the takeaway or like the highlight of that video for me, when you said that when I grow up, I want to be a good dancer. And that's
Yeah.
all you said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first, and you took like this 1 second to think. And I'm like, as you know, someone who's just in fourth standard, and it may sound like a very simple response, but if you think about it, there's so many layers to it. And I think that being a good dancer can grow in so many different ways as you grew up. But what do you think, Apurva? Have you achieved your goal of
My
being a good
God.
dancer?
I don't know, you tell me. I mean, I didn't even know what was I saying at that point of time. I just went thinking I had to dance in front of cameras and come back. I didn't know there was an interview. And there are these people asking me questions, and I mean, how innocent, right? Like, how
Yeah.
innocent just to say. So, yeah, I'm amazed by how clever I was. But, yeah, I think being a good dancer is a struggle. It's never a final point, because um, if you stop dancing even for like 2-3 weeks, it is going to affect, right? So it is a
Yeah.
physical activity which needs a lot of riyaz, a lot of practice. So whatever that good dancer is, again, I feel like it's very relative. At this point of time in my life, if I watch any video of mine which is like 10 years older, I cannot even watch it. It has so many mistakes. It has like, I go like, oh, like what was I thinking? But at that point of time, it was good for me. I was very happy. So I think for me, what a good dancer means, I'm a very good, like good at heart, good person, good intentions. And when I am performing, I'm performing for myself. I like to perform. It's okay if the audience is not interested to watch. I won't mind. Um, I just know that I have to give my best. And at that point of time, I should feel like I gave my 100%. And I think that is what is a good dancer. Like there is no certification or there is no award of a good dancer because it's different to different people, right? So that is one thing. Like if I give a performance and I'm like I could have done better, then that title or whatever, the good dancer, that I start feeling bad about it. I'm like, maybe I did not put my 100% and I did not give it this enough time and things like that. So that is one. Secondly, I feel like now that we are aging, the body is not the same.
Yeah,
So it
for sure.
takes a lot of effort to maintain. So that is one thing. So I feel like there's a constant struggle as to making sure that you keep growing, but also you're maintaining your dance style, or it's. I feel like it's even okay that if you're not improving, but just don't go down, or it shouldn't be like, oh, I used to like spin like 60 spins in like 60 seconds. I can do only 20 now. No. I mean, with age, of course, that will decrease, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like, I used to do it like a year back and suddenly I can't anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Makes sense. And maybe do you think it's right to say that you can, focus on different things? Like, for example, if you could do 60 spins in a minute earlier, maybe now you can do 50, but maybe your expressions have gotten better, because now that takes less of physics, it's still an effort. It's a different
Yeah,
kind of effort, probably.
yeah, sure,
So,
sure, sure,
maybe the direction of your effort
sure.
changes.
Yeah, but the effort should be there.
Effort should be there.
It,
That makes
you
sense.
can't be like, oh, I'm a good dancer and like I dance good and people appreciate me and that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
No, that you need the constant practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
And then, so when did you move to the US for your PhD?
2017.
2017. Okay, so we moved about the same year.
Yeah. Can't believe it. It feels like, I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's what,
Yeah.
24. I'm still in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like COVID just happened and we are just still trying to get out of it. So it feels
Yeah.
like 2021 maybe.
I know.
But
Yeah. But then you're studying a PhD in economics.
Yes.
Or econometrics, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, so it's in health economics but concentration in like, econometrics, yeah.
But why economics? Like, what drove your interest in economics?
That's very interesting question. I don't know. I found economics to be the only logical subject at that point of time. I'm not
Yeah.
claiming it to be the only logical. I found it the only logical. I remember it was introduced to us in 9th standard. And I was like, this is something, new and different. And economics is all about math. I love that about math. Dance is all about math. You try to, there are all beats and numbers and there are all tals where you try to do, let's say, 16 movements in a beat cycle of 4 or a beat cycle of 8. That's mathematical calculation. Pure Kathak, we do that a lot. Economics has a lot of math. It has a lot of econometrics. It has a lot of statistics. It has psychology in it. It has logic. It's all a mixture, a mixture where I was just fascinated and I would just wanted to learn more and more and more about it. So I never thought that I'll do like PhD in this and all. It just started off like, this sounds good. Let me try to do my undergrad in this. Then undergrad, yeah, but maybe not, like maybe masters. And then, so it just happened that this was nothing, no plan at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you still like it the way you used to like it earlier? Do you still find it logical?
I feel like, yeah, because it is so connected to my day-to-day life.
For sure.
The decision-making ability, I feel like when I have, when I'm presented with different options, the way I decide and select that option is based on like what I've learned. And of course, different people learn it through different subjects and different knowledge, information, experiences, and all of that is there. But I feel like I try to think more like what I would have done. I try to have my advantages, disadvantages, what are the limited resources that I have, and try to maximize my so-called profit or my whatever motive that might be during that time. And profit not monetary, I'm saying, anything basically. So yeah, economics has given me that.
Nice. And then I found out that you also were a lecturer before you pursued your PhD.
That was so funny.
I'm interested to know.
See, I completed my undergrad in economics from Raveena College.
Yeah.
Then I started doing my master's 2 years from the Mumbai University. It's an autonomous department.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I wasn't happy with my qualification. I was like, just MA, I'm not okay with it. I want to do something else. So while I was trying to find what other things I can do, I didn't have a job at that time. I was not doing anything. So I got recommended by my HOD of that time to teach in Podar College. So Podar is like right next to Raveena College. Now, mind you, I had many friends in Podar and we used to all hang out like together and all. So randomly one day, so of course I went to the interview, I got the job and everything. And I was teaching the TY BCom students.
Okay.
Which are 2 years younger to me, max.
That's it. Yeah.
Right? And there are people who have also failed and who were my friends. So I had to legit message some people and like, I might be there in your class tomorrow. I think I'm going to teach you. So it was very funny. It was very like I had to change roles. Like I had to be like, okay. And then
Yeah.
it was very different for an Indian setting. Of course, in US, it's totally different. You know, you get the teaching assistantship, and
Yeah.
then that's a different. But it was very new to me that time, and you know, I had to like, I don't know, I had to play a role. I feel like because I was in the canteen like a day before I got the job, like you know, just hanging out, and a day later.
That's funny. That is
But it was
funny.
so funny. I love that. I
But did you
enjoy
enjoy
it.
teaching?
I love teaching
Oh, really?
because yeah, anything. It can be like any subject or any dance. I love to teach because when you're trying to teach something, it's like you should know better first,
Yes.
right? And you need to like um, go deeper into the subject, layer it, and then go to the the basic level and trying to explain to somebody makes you learn more about the subject than
Yeah.
right, like because the person will ask questions and you have to. So I love to teach. I think it is challenging, and
I agree. Like it's, even when you're like when I'm choreographing for a dance workshop, and but I also have to prepare like how am I going to break the step down, because I've seen some instructors who will just be like, okay, now do this and that, and I'm like, what is this and that?
that yeah.
Tell me. Person who's on the last row has to be able to hear to those instructions and be able to get the steps.
Yeah.
Like, so tell me what's happening with my right leg, left foot, whatever. So, and in that process, when I'm figuring out how am I going to break the step down, I feel like the step just like becomes so much more crisp.
Crisp, yeah.
Yeah, it also becomes crisp, and even I feel like, okay, I knew my body was doing something, and some things
Yeah.
your body will just naturally do it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's ingrained in you.
Yeah.
And now that I'm breaking it down, I understand what exactly that I am doing. So I
Right.
completely get it.
Right. How is that experience though? You're loving
I also love like teaching dance a lot. Yeah, it's
well, credit to you, Raveena, for like keeping up with that because, like I said, we have friends who have given up on dance, who were
Yeah.
great dancers, used to be in our, school group,
Yeah.
dance teams and all, but I don't see them keeping the art. So,
Yeah.
great
And it's
job on
been a
that.
journey. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. It's been a journey and it's been difficult because, of course, like I love dance. And then there are like other things I'm like, okay, I also want to study more. And then you're like, it's a push and pull. And I'm like, okay, at some point you're doing more of dance, some point you're doing more of focusing more on your studies.
Yeah.
But I finally feel like I've reached a point where I'm able to, give
Balance.
enough time to both the things and I'm pursuing my passion the way I would want to. Thank you.
So good to know that.
Yeah. The other thing is you were also awarded the Elite 50 in award in your university. Again, the list just goes on. But I just want to say congratulations. Like
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you. I know we haven't been in touch after school, but I keep like we follow each other on
Yeah,
Instagram.
we know what's happening. Yeah.
We know what's
We are
happening.
aware.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that happened, so the university gives like the top 50 graduates, the elite 50, who are doing great in the scholarly work, with the community leadership, campus engagement, and things like that. So yeah, of course I was doing my PhD, but then I started my own dance group. We used to perform, even in front of Chancellor and for different events. We used to do fundraising events. So that the dance scene was happening. I used to conduct workshops as well. But then I also started my YouTube channel called Videsified.
Yeah.
Right now there are like 60,000 subscribers and 4 million views on that. So that was an educational content, where we I started that with my now husband. Back then we were just friends.
Lovely.
But that was happening. So there were a lot of, I think, they saw, like the jury must have seen a lot of like, the student is doing a lot of activities. So I think that's why I got it. But so it's yeah.
How are you managing all of this with a PhD?
Energy drinks. I'm not at all happy to accept this, but yeah, like, sometimes to get through the day, I have to get a lot of caffeine drinks.
Yeah.
But I think what most important is the support. So my parents have always supported. And now my partner, he is like, oh my God, I wouldn't have done anything without him, because I met him after coming here, and the kind of support he has shown me, um, yeah, it's the support and the belief that, this girl has the potential, and um, he's all hearts, and my parents also, like people do ask them that, initially they were like, is she doing PhD in dance? Like, my parents would be like, no, PhD in economics. And they were like, oh, we didn't know she's smart. And I was like, are you kidding me?
No.
Like, for my undergrad, I came, what, second in the
Yeah.
boards, like for
Amazing.
economics. Like, what? It's just that, I never put my studies or like anything academics out there. It was always dance. So people
Yeah.
always thought that this girl keeps dancing all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is degrading to them. I
For
don't know
sure.
why,
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of effort just to be a dancer as well. I'm just happy that I get to have another side. I'm like, I'm interested in economics, and my academics is good as well, but it's not required, right? You can just be good with just anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what your question was. I just
Yeah.
went too long.
No,
But
that's fine.
yeah, so that LD50 happened, and everything I think I'm able to do is because of the support. Without that, there is nothing. There is
I
nothing.
agree.
Absolutely nothing. There is no expectation also. Like, my parents never were like, oh, you're getting of age, now you need to marry or something. No, nothing. I think I'm just happy to live my life. I
Yeah.
think the independence is also very important when you are just, when if you're going to put a bird in a cage versus if you're just going to let them fly. I feel
Yeah.
like, so, you find your own path, and if you really want to do something, you will find a way to do something. If you just want to keep giving excuses, I
Yeah.
mean,
I
again, I
agree.
know people who will be like, no, we don't find time and this and that. Well, I am on 4 hours sleep, but it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'll adjust. Like, if I have to do something, I have to do something. So I
That's
have that passion.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, you need a support system. You
Mm,
can do it by yourself, but you can only go so far. I feel there will come
yeah.
a point where you need a support system, and you need your
Yeah.
entourage to be with you. And
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be like in a financial way of supporting you, or even like physically helping you with what you're doing. Even if it's just moral support,
Yeah.
that could mean the
Everything.
world to you at that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you have that support system.
Thank you.
um, and then now you have your Instagram channel, and then you have your YouTube, and you're not just doing dance content. I see that you're also doing like, there's some funny content, or you've spoken about mental health. So
Yeah.
is acting like the next thing on your list?
Oh my God. Okay, I'll tell you one very funny story. So,
Yeah.
when I was in my, was it second year of my undergrad? I think somewhere around that time, I was offered a lead role in a very like a Marathi serial.
Wow.
So, um, some audition was happening. A random friend came by. I was like, the audition is happening at this studio. I called up my mother. The support that I mean. My mother was like,
Yes.
she was just worried for my safety, but then she was like, go ahead. So I just went, did something, and that was the only that's the only audition, in fact, I have ever done for acting. Like, there is no goal, there is no dream that I want to be an actress or something. Nothing at all. I was like, I'm going to sit in the canteen. Let me just use my time. And, I just went, got the part. But then the serial was in Nasik, and then the schedule was very hectic, and I had to miss my college for that. My parents were not okay with that.
Yeah.
So,
But did you want
together
to do it?
I of course wanted to do it, but
Okay.
then not at the cost of my parents' only worry was that your academics will suffer, and I was not okay with that. I was again very clear that I'll do everything, but my studies will be never compromised. So I felt bad. Of course, I cried and all, but I think that was the right decision. So that happened. So that was this only one, acting I have ever come close to was that. But I feel like right now, again, because I'm so independent, I don't think that I'm restricting myself to anything, any one thing. I'm okay to try out new things. I'm okay to fail in new things. Like, I'm just going to be, I'm ready to try, and I'm ready to accept failure as well. So I'm not scared. So the content what you're talking about, it just happened. There is no thought, there is no
Okay.
goal. There's no goal that I want these many followers or this, there's nothing. I enjoy making something out of it, I'll do it. There are times where like I feel like it's getting too hectic and I'm not able to do it, or sometimes it's like I'm tired. I'll stop for like 1-2 months and again I'll appear again. So see, if you have a goal, like if you, I need to have 1 million followers or something. If there is a goal, then of course you need to act accordingly. But right now for me, my goal is very clear, is I love to create. I love creating videos. It can be dance videos, or like I said, for Videsified, there was just
Yeah.
like videos like how to renew your passport in United States, how to fill DS 160, how to come to PhD with scholarship and all that. I love to do that. So I think just I love making videos. So the what kind of videos is a very broad this thing. I don't mind doing multiple things,
Yeah.
and yeah, I love choreographing. I love performing. So that will also keep going. So I don't know what is next. I really don't know. I'm
Well,
just very open.
that was literally my next question. I'm like, okay, so like, what's next for Apurva?
I don't know. You tell me.
We shall see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Seriously, Raveena, there is no plan, and I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing,
Yes. Yes.
because then when there are no expectations, whatever you get, you feel extremely grateful for that.
Yeah.
Um, there is no point in having. I mean, who knows that when are we going to die and how long we are going to live with what? Like, COVID has taught us so much.
For sure.
So just
Yeah.
grateful for the people around me, and I just know that I love to dance, I love to create videos. That's all I'll keep doing for
Yeah.
now. I might not like them. I might get bored of making videos after a while, and that might change. I don't know. Right now, I love that. I'll do that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, you can make all the plans you want, but life already has a plan for you, first of
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And things may not go the way you thought they would, and that can be all the more disappointing. And then you feel so lost. So I feel like there's always fun in figuring things out as
Yeah.
they come by your way.
And life throws so many opportunities at you.
Yeah.
So many all the time. You need to learn when to recognize it, and so you need to keep trying. That's my point. You can't be like, so in India, like when I got all these awards back then, when I came to the US, I knew it's a new place, new country. Nobody's going to know. And even if I tell them, hey, for example, I've completed my graduation, they'll be like, so what?
Yeah.
Only I know what I went through, or the people, like, who are in the same art form, they know what it is, what the award means, and things like that. So when you're going to any new place, you have to put yourself out there. You have to start from scratch without any ego, attitude, or baggage. That people will come to me. Nobody's going to come to you. You have to put yourself out there shamelessly. Like, plug yourself wherever you can. There are opportunities.
Yeah.
If you won't try, you won't get it. So as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah, and when you have a plan and you're just so hell-bent on following just that plan, there could be so many other opportunities coming by your way, but because you have that
That plan.
that
Yeah.
plan, and you're not ready to look around,
Yeah.
you're going to miss out on so much more.
Yeah. Like, you tell me, growing up, we didn't have social media. There was no dance
Yeah.
video, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up thinking I'll be a stage performer. I'll be a dancer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it. Yeah.
I didn't know you can do so. We never know what will come next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Like,
AI,
this
we'll
was
put
never a
like
thing.
something, and then it will be like, I don't know, concerts in your house. I don't know what is next. We
Yeah.
don't know what is
Yeah.
next. So
Yeah.
that's what even with the NAFA, this was the first ever Marathi film festival. Who knew it's going to happen?
Yeah.
I had no dreams about it. So of course, so I think the dream has to be a little bigger, in a sense that um, it should boil down to you individually. Like, I want to be a good dancer or something
Yeah.
like that. Very basic,
Yeah.
and you decide what is that. And it might the definition might change over time, but whatever it is. But
Yeah.
I feel like it should be like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We had no social media and everything,
Yeah.
but I will say one thing is that even now, I feel like nothing comes close to like performing on stage, and that
No.
the live, no matter how you get millions of likes and then you get claps or a round of applause from 10 people,
Yeah.
I would take that round of applause from that live audience.
That is different. That
Yeah.
gives me like I love, yeah, like you said, love being on stage.
On
That is
stage.
so different. Like you get like 1,000 likes on a reel versus like 1,000 people sitting in the auditorium and watching
Yes.
you. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, thank you so much, Apurva. This has been a fun conversation, but I do have one last section for us, which is a fun rapid fire.
Yeah. Oh my God. Should I be worried?
Not at all, not at all. I keep telling everyone this is not Coffee with Karan, so these are just some fun questions.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. What is your favorite style apart from Kathak?
Contemporary.
What is your favorite part about Kathak?
The tradition or the roots. I feel like the way it shows the Indian culture, the storytelling, the mythology, all the stories. So yeah, and
Nice.
Kathak literally means storytelling.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have your first memory with your gumrus?
I do. It was a big thing. Because we have the Nataraj and we do the puja and everything. So you have to be worthy to put the ghungroos. So the teacher decides again when is the right time, when you have understood the basics of the tal and everything, and so they'll perform the puja, and then that will be given to you as a prasad, So that's the memory, and
How
I
beautiful.
felt like I was on top of the world. And I'm getting the ghungroos. Oh my God!
How old were you?
Might be 6, I think.
Oh wow. So within a year of when you started
Yeah,
learning.
yeah.
Lovely.
That was, yeah. Actually, because it's not good to have wear the ghungroos until you're 6 years also, because the bones are still developing and all. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
but
also the number of ghungroos on your ghungru keep
different.
increase. Yeah.
Yes.
What number do you start with?
20, 25, depends. And then you go on, but yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite all-time dancer?
I don't have one.
Okay. In Kathak, do you have one? Tell me one Kathak and one non-Kathak.
It's very difficult because I'll tell you why. I like different things in different people, and that's what makes them unique. To like the entire style, you need to like everything about them, right? And that's my problem. I never had even inspirations for the say. Like I can't name people because
Oh,
I had
really?
I'll learn something from each one of them. I learned something like, for example, who might not be good on stage but is great backstage. So you to be a
Interesting.
performer, so you need to be a good. So I do my own makeup, I do my own hairstyle, all the costumes and all. Somebody might be really good with that. Somebody is good with the time management and the way they do their entry and exits on the show. Somebody might be good with just interacting with the audience, the confidence they have. There are different things. So
Okay.
sorry, but I don't have
No, I'll let you
one,
go
but
on that
many.
one. Do you have a go-to dance move at a party?
Yeah, many.
What's that one go-to move?
It's like,
Nice. What's your dream project so far, or something that you're very proud of? I'll let you pick two.
so I won't call it dream project or whatever, but so I love creating. So there are 1-2 YouTube videos of mine that I choreographed, and I did I'm all my videos are from scratch. I do my own camera, I do my own choreography, own editing, own direction. Everything is own, and of course my husband helps me with capturing it so beautifully and all. But these are the videos I'm really proud of, and I'm like, how did I make that? So that creating, because again, see, today I might get one award and tomorrow I might get another, and I can't compare, because at that point of time this was great, and at this point of time this might be bigger, but so I don't feel like any accomplishment as in should be valued in that way. As a creator, I'm very proud of like 1-2 projects that I choreographed and did, and those videos that whenever I see, I'm like, okay, I did that. So I'm proud of
Lovely.
that. Yeah.
A dream project that you've been manifesting? Nothing. Okay. I read this fun article about you where you spoke about your journey, and then you also mentioned your parents, but your mom specifically, how she's like, done so much for you, and she used to pack these 5-6 tiffins for you and travel with you.
Yeah.
A message for your mom?
I love you so much and would have not done anything without her. That lady has literally been there for me. Like she, first of all, she left her job just so that she could spend time with me. Like she used to work in a private company and it was very hectic. She used to handle a lot of cases and all. And when she realized that I'm not able to give, enough time, and again, I'm not judging anybody for anything. Like at that point of time, she thought that it's, she felt like it's, she's missing out on, having this relationship with me. She left the job, set me as her priority, and throughout, like even now, whenever I get any opportunity or anything, the first call goes to my mom. She is my biggest cheerleader and critic. Like the video she'll see and she'll be like, "What are you like?" She she can choreograph. I feel now, like she'll be like, "This step you did that, like, doesn't go well in this song or this that." So that happens. And now also, like I'll pick up a call and I'll be like, "Mom, what should I wear? This is the performance," and she'll direct. She sends me all my dance costumes from India. She does
Wow.
yeah. She's still very involved because she also loves, she always loved dancing, but she never did it herself, and I think she did it through me. um, and so now she also knows a little bit of Kathak, like she can tell
Okay.
what's what.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been there throughout. Like I wouldn't have done this. It's because you need that kind of, again, support where somebody's picking you up from class A to class B. And I was not just learning Kathak at that time. I was learning, like, I used to go to swimming. I used to learn, go for Hindustani music, learn to play harmonium, sing, like many different. So she also did that. She put me in different things and let
Yeah.
me choose what I'm liking. So other things stopped initially, where because my I was going more towards dance, and she let that happen. So yeah, wouldn't have that kind of support she has given. And again, my father, like, he never questioned me about anything, always supported. And just thankful now that I have that in my partner, because that was again very important. I
For
feel
sure.
like that it changes how you grow and develop, and how you lead your life. So the decision of choosing a partner, having that kind of support, is very important. So these three people, I'm just
How
grateful.
lovely. How lovely. I have very vague memories of when I've come to your house, and I remember auntie, and
Yeah.
I see your videos, and she still seems that sweet little auntie.
I'll convey this to her. She'll be very happy
Of
because she
course.
remembers you. I told you we are doing this, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Raveena, yeah, just to stay at that bar." I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah.
Yeah. And a message to the 5-year-old Apurva who wanted to be a good dancer.
Relax. You're
Why do
doing
you say
good.
that?
Because like I said in the beginning, my journey did not start on a, there was a lot of abuse, there was a lot of verbal abuse, and many things happened which traumatized me. There was a time where I felt like I should quit dancing like others, and I almost kind of did for a year.
For a
I was
year.
like, yeah. I was like, something happened, and I was like, again, something was said to me, and it hurt me so deep. I was like, I'm never going to dance again in my life, and I stopped dancing for a year, and that started getting affected. Uh, for example, in my academics, I came fifth that year, and I felt really bad about it because I was like, now what all I'm doing is I'm just studying. So I'm not even doing good in this. I wasn't happy. There was something lost in me, and so I was like, nope, not happening. And so that's how actually I found my second teacher. But that the first initial years, it wasn't great. So the 5-year-old Definitely relax, girl. You will you will be happy, and you don't even know what's coming. So relax.
Beautiful. Well, those are all the questions I had, Apurva. Thank you so much for this. It's been lovely chatting with you.
Same here. Like, again, who would have thought? Like, you can't tell I
Yeah.
manifested this or you manifested this, right? It just
Yeah.
happened, and
Yeah.
so good to like reconnect.
This honestly just felt like catching up. It didn't feel
Yeah,
like a
same.
podcast or anything
Exactly,
formal. I
exactly.
hope you felt the same.
Yeah, and you're doing great.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.